Sanibonani, welcome to Cooking Gospel, brought to you by Spekko Rice. This is a show that feeds your body and your soul as we meet your favorite celebs over a scrumptious lunch seasoned with our guests' favorite music. On the menu today is East African Pilaf. This is an easy one-pot rice dish, which is great for me because you know why? I don't have to do any dishes. Now let's go through our ingredients. You're gonna need oil, cube stewing steak, ground coriander, ground cumin, garam masala, and all of these spices you can get at your local supermarket. Then you'll need curry paste, red onions, diced for color, frozen peas, we're gonna need diced carrots, diced red peppers, beef stock dissolved in hot water, fresh chopped coriander, and salt and pepper to taste. And of course, we can't do it without the star of the show, Spekko parboiled long grain rice. To help me get this dish on the road is a very special person in the hearts of South Africans. Born and raised in Durban to pastors, Khaya Mthethwa started singing in school and in church. He pursued his music career after studying project management just to appease his parents. But after winning Idols 2012, he showed that music is actually his destiny. I just wanna move.
I think you got it.
I'm bad with singing. I am bad when it comes to dancing. But hey, welcome to our kitchen.
Thank you so much for having me.
Now, this is a private space. I don't like bringing people into it. It's like a passion. This is where my passion is.
Why so?
Because I love food. But because you're special, I've brought you into my kitchen and I'm going to teach you how to make the North African pilaf.
Great.
Ne?
Great.
So this is the first time that I'm letting, not the first time, but because when work pelos namhlanje.
All right.
All right. So I think we better start cooking. Let's pour in some oil.
All right, here we go.
No, so tell me, how have you been? Like, how are you?
I'm doing very well. I'm just a bit tired, but it's been awesome.
Considering the whirlwind of change over the past year, I mean, so much has changed for you.
Yeah, there's a lot.
How have you taken the change?
It's been great. I mean, there's no better thing I'd be doing with my life than doing what I'm doing now. I mean, I'm living my dream, and it's really, really, really awesome.
Funny you should say that because, I mean, you were forced to audition in school. And you didn't want to go into singing.
No, and I didn't want to do singing at school because it wasn't the popular
if you were forced to audition, why
I don't know. I guess.
I think the pot is hot. Can we throw it in the?
Okay. Are we doing meat now?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Throw it in, and we're going to brown the meat now.
Here we go. Here we go. There's a lot of meat. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
You love meat?
We're gonna have a party. I love meat.
Do you cook?
Yeah, I do cook.
Yeah, back to why you auditioned at school.
Well,
I mean, why you didn't just bimba and move on with life.
He kind of caught that I could sing because he first heard me sing in assembly. So I couldn't really cheat it when I had to go in front of people.
Basically.
I want back straight.
So you can't come there and give us notes.
Yeah, no, but I'm glad I did because I remember the first time I was on stage at school, I got the attention of everybody in the school.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was great.
And you sing in church too?
I sing in church too. I've been singing in church for the last couple of years. It's basically been my
So you couldn't fake that you can't sing,
no,
basically.
But how can you fake that you can cook?
No.
Exactly my point.
Those are two things that you cannot do. So you wanted to play professional soccer? That's right.
Not really professional soccer. I think it was because of the school phase. You know the school phase you go through, you want to do the soccer thing.
You have to, some of these things are compulsory.
Yeah, it's compulsory stuff. So, yeah, but it wasn't really about pursuing it as a career.
I think we can stay some more. So, you didn't want to play professional soccer, but what did you want to do when you grew up?
Interestingly enough, I wanted to be a pilot. Growing up, I wanted to be a pilot.
I don't think anything should stop you now.
Well, yeah, going back to school and studying and I can't deal.
But did you think you would make it through to the pilot? And your dad said no to singing because he had other plans for you. He knew you probably wanted
our
to be a
parents
pilot.
though, they're like, hey, this arts thing, you're gonna be broke for the rest of your life.
And then what? And then if they don't buy your music, you have nothing to fall back on.
Exactly. So I had to do the project management thing, and I finished that. But I already know that I'm going to sing. So I started sessioning, I started gigging, I started auditioning, you know what I mean? So I knew that this is what I want to do. I'm going to have to prove it to my parents.
So now, your dad didn't want you to audition, but when you went to him to actually ask him to audition, what figure was it?
Well, I didn't actually go and ask him because I knew what the answer would be.
I know.
So I went to audition.
Why did you know the answer was a no? Had you discussed this before?
Because we had the whole career thing. Every year we start the year with our plans, what we want to do at home and blah, blah, blah. And obviously for me, it was going back to school and finishing my studies, and it's getting kind of brown.
I think we need to transfer them into the bowl now, because we're going to use the very same oil to fry the rest of the ingredients.
So I went to him after the audition. I was like, look, I've auditioned.
So you already had auditioned?
Yeah, and I've auditioned for Idols, and he's like, oh,
scoop
okay.
it up.
So
okay, let me let you do this. I'm borrowing you my kitchen pillar for the day. Yes.
So he's like, how are you going to do this? So how are you going to do this? I'm like, you're going to see. And he kind of wasn't really up to it. He was like,
So it was a flat no?
Yeah, but the day I sang Super Bass, the first person that called me.
Let's not even talk about that performance. It gives me goosebumps.
He was the first guy to call me, and he apologized that he wasn't supporting the dream. And
so did you go against his will, or did he say yes to you before you went for the audition?
No, I just went against. I didn't even ask. I just went to the audition. And you know what I mean? Sometimes you just have to do that extra push for yourself.
Yeah.
And I did that.
Just to show how passionate you are about what you
I had to prove to them how much I really wanted this. I think we are good.
Yes.
Is that cool?
Uh-huh.
My Heavenly Father, I'm your design, Prince of Peace, come rescue me. My Heavenly Father, I'm your design, Prince of Peace, come rescue me.
Now that we've transferred the meat, I think we need to go to an ad break. When we come back, more on Khaya Mthethwa.
My original dream, rather, was to just land at the top 18. That was my plan.
We're still chilling with Khaya Mthethwa, and we're going to find out more about the guy that is loved by all South Africans. Like, I've never seen anyone who's loved like you are. I know a whole lot of celebrities, but I can tell you this much. Now, you were telling me that after your performance, Super Bass, Nicki Minaj, your dad called. Apologized. Was that his official blessing that you can go through the
I
competition?
guess so. I guess it was.
Onion there?
Are we putting onions here?
Yes. We're going to fry onions until they're tender. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that was his official apology to say, look, I'm sorry for not supporting the dream, and look, I'm behind you. I'm
So he said, my son, you have my blessings now.
Every blessing, I'm going to be at every single performance, and he was at every single performance till the end.
But when you performed that song, Khaya, did you know that it was going to have the kind of effect it did on people?
Absolutely not. Actually, I told my friends, I was like, this is the end of it for me.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, when I pulled out the song out of that little drum, I was like, yeah, this is the end of it, because I'd never heard Nicki Minaj before.
Yeah, you're not
so
a
I was like, I wasn't a big
person.
fan. So when I did the rendition of that song, I was like, people are going to kill me. You know what I mean? She's like an icon.
Now, the thing is, after you did that performance, you did the song, and I was like, gobsmacked. I was like, Your followers on Twitter, they went from 1,900 to 20,169 in an instant.
Yeah, in like.
How did you respond to that? How did you deal with that? It's like, oh gosh, now I'm gonna answer. Who do I answer to?
I didn't know how to deal with everything.
At the carrots?
I guess
the spices first.
Spices first.
Yes.
We're putting everything in?
Yes. Ground coriander.
Okay.
Put it in. Mm-hmm.
I think it really helped to have
all of the spices
to have a great team that works on the show, because they're able to advise, and they're able to mentor us in terms of making sure that we are equipped to deal with whatever is happening at that time. But it took everyone by surprise.
And the curry paste as well.
We're doing everything.
Did you have to take a day off to actually respond to the Twitter message, or did you have someone doing it for you?
No.
I'm your follower, just by the way, and you've never tweeted me back, and I'm so mad at it.
Okay.
Now you're in my kitchen.
We're gonna fix that today. We're gonna have to fix that today.
So how did you deal with that?
I mean, in between rehearsals and in between photo shoots, in between everything, my phone is always here. I'm like between everything.
And the response, the public response, let's add the carrots.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. The public response, did that take you by surprise?
No, I don't know what happened. I felt like everyone was just in a trance or something. I just didn't understand.
Well, this is Nicki Minaj we are talking about. And then you did that boom, 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 boom. Oh, gosh. I vividly remember the performance. Now, I mean, this is not the first time you perform. Let's add the peppers as well.
Green peppers.
This is not the first time you perform. I mean, you've been performing with Joyous Celebration for quite some time now.
Yep. Yep.
But this was different because?
It was a new experience for me. It was an avenue I've never tried. I really was taking a big risk. As you're saying, I had done the gospel thing, and I needed something that was going to push me a bit forward and challenge myself.
And your reaction when you were part of the top 18? Let's add the rice.
My original plan was to just. My original dream, rather, was to just land at the top 18. That was my plan. Mm-hmm.
It didn't matter if you made it to the top 10 after that.
It wasn't even about that.
And the beef as well.
It wasn't even about that. It was more about, can I make it to the top 18, at least to the live shows, and then I can be done.
Was there anyone who gave you the jitters?
Oh, a lot of people. I mean, last year, we all know the talent that was
that was on
the show.
Was quite a contender.
And she can swing.
I'm not that competition fan that much, Okay. But last year, everybody following. Everybody was on Team Khaya. Even Julius Malema, dude, hello. Gabo was on Team Khaya. Everybody was like Khaya, Team Khaya, Team. Did you respond to any of the celebrities? Did you choose? How did you choose when you respond to them?
I mean, most of the people you do understand that I did not know. I would only see, obviously, with the responses that, even Gabo, and then I'm like,
the beef stuff.
So I never knew most of the people that were following me. Some of them I've only met. Some of them, Julius Malema, obviously, we know him from. When I got that tweet, I was like, what is going on?
Short of the president following you.
Oh, yeah. So it was something else. It was really something else.
Wow. I think let's close the pot now, Khaya, so that we can let everything simmer, and then. A pinch of salt, actually. A pinch of salt and pepper.
How much?
So that it cooks with the food, No, that's too much. Only a teaspoon, yes. And then let's add the pepper as well.
Okay.
And then you suddenly, the celebrity, that the transition from being a fan to having fans, what's that like?
I mean, I really don't know. I still haven't figured that one out. But I'm enjoying every single part of this business.
Steroids?
Every single part of it. The interesting thing is that I've met such great people. You know what I mean? And they make it much more easier to being in this business. And their support, as you're saying, without the original people that have supported me, that have mentored me, because those people that supported me then, Kabom was featured on my album. I met him then on Twitter. He's part of the people that...
So he just decided that he's going to work with you from then on?
I mean, we just clicked. When we met, we just clicked, and he produced 12 amazing tracks on my album. So there are a lot of people that I came into contact with, and we've just clicked.
I think let me lower the heat here and let this simmer for about 45 minutes. And when we come back, we're going to get more on Khaya Mthethwa. I'm starstruck. Like, I never get starstruck. The only person who's ever managed to make me starstruck was Harry Belafonte. Now you, I blame you. Let's go to an ad break. To get this and other incredible recipes, visit spekko.co.za or get the latest issue of Drum Magazine.
Super bass, bum ba dum bum bum ba dum bum bass.
Oh yes, that's the one that I wanted. Whew, thank you. Spekko Rice is giving away a Carol Boyce designer dinner service set to one of our lucky viewers today. You can stand a chance to win by SMSing the word Spekko to 45609. Winners will be announced on our Spekko website. Welcome back to Cooking Gospel, where we hang out with South African celebrities, and I'm still with Khaya Mthethwa. Khaya, so what do you think?
It's looking
This is
really,
your work.
really nice.
But you know, I added the peas a little bit later, because if you add them early, they're going to disintegrate into the meal.
Okay.
And then, of course, the coriander.
Looks really healthy as well.
So, Khaled.
Yep.
But before we dig in, tell me something. What I mean, in the year that you've been in the industry, what have been your career highlights?
Yo, I've had quite a bit. I've had time to travel
Where to?
extensively. I've done a couple of African countries. One that sticks out, obviously, was Nigeria, where I did a performance in front of just over 500,000 people. That was like, it's the biggest festival in Africa.
That must have been nerve-wracking.
It was incredible. Like, it's amazing.
And then, I mean, with the busy schedule that you have, you've been noted to say that you don't have time for best friends, you don't have time for girlfriends. So this leading lady that's going to be in Khaya Mthethwa's life, at some point, when is that going to happen? If it's going to happen, what kind of a person would you be attracted to?
I think as I settle down in the career and I've got like my groundwork firm, and I'm starting to think that, yeah, I think I'm a bit ready now to just...
But you are aware that it's going to get a little bit busy.
I guess so, but you have to make that time. I'm a family guy, you know what I mean? And I want to have that girl also next to me that I can just chat to and have that late phone call with or something, whatever.
You mentioned that you're a family guy. So you've grew up in a family environment. I mean, what are some of the lessons that your dad has taught you from a manhood point of view that you would want to impart to other young men out there?
I think the most important thing that my parents have imparted in me, both of them, is the honor of respect. I mean, there is nothing more than my parents would preach and kill us for. Like, I'd get beatings for respect. Like, I think that is what's lacking in our society right now, is that if we could just respect each other, you know, so much more would just it's a simple thing, you know, respecting each other's space, respecting each other's opinions, and of course respecting women, which is, we're battling with that at the moment, and I feel as though if we could just go back to the man of respect, things would just get back.
I like that, respecting women. Before we dig in, it is a norm in our home. And see, you've spent time in my kitchen, so now you know, you struck a chord with that Nicki Minaj song throughout the nation, right? Okay. There's a song that strikes a chord in your heart. What is that song, and can you give us a verse of it? Be it from your album, or whatever song that when you think of, you're like, I knelt.
Goodness gracious me. Girl, you got my heartbeat coming your way, beating like a drum, and it's coming your way. Can't you hear that boom, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bass? Super bass, boom, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bass.
Oh, yes, that's the one that I wanted. Thank you.
It's been a pleasure.
I just love my life. Before we dig in, let me say goodbye to the viewers. It's been a great pleasure hanging out with you. And of course, hanging out with you, Khaya. Thank you so much for coming through. I'm really appreciative of
Thank you
it.
so much for having
On
me.
that note, let's dig in and goodbye. We'll see you next week. Let's eat. Yum. Nice, right?
Absolutely.
Kitchen on my number 9